Hello, can you hear me? Yes. Okay. Uh, we are going to start the isomerism today. Acha, kindly close your videos. Okay. Now today we will discuss about classification and structure of carbohydrates, which include isomers and epimers, then enantiomers. Kindly try to extract the concept as much as you can, because it's also written in books. I will also provide you the slides, but the concept which I want to give you and upon which your SCQs and BCQs depends, it totally depends upon your understanding. It's bit complicated. All these terminologies can be intermixed with each other if not gained properly. Structural aspects. What are our today's isomerism points are stereoisomers, enantiomers, D and L isomers, optical isomers, aldose, ketose, which are their functional group, carbonyl groups, those isomers, anomers, epimers, pyranose, and furanose isomers. First of all, the term isomerism means the compounds having same chemical formula, but they differ in their physical and chemical properties. Compounds having the same chemical formula like glucose, galactose, and mannose. All these are simple hexoses and monosaccharides, but all these are hexoses. All these are aldoses, but their structures are different. So they differ from each other on the basis of structural isomerism. I want to give you concept today. So it is not found in the slides. I am using glucose as my reference sugar. Now, first of all, don't hesitate yourself in different terminologies. First of all, you know up to this level only glucose. Now, leave all the terminologies. Just we are going to start isomerism today. Isomerism means the compounds having same chemical formula. Means glucose, galactose, mannose have same chemical formula. All these are monosaccharides. All they generally following the empirical formula of monosaccharide, that is CH2ON. We are using glucose as a reference sugar. Means it's easier. We can easily understand all the sugars from glucose and all structures of all those from glucose. Okay. Glucose contains 6 carbons, 12 hydrogens, 6 oxygen. It follows the CH2ON empirical formula. Now, in glucose, the carbons which are shown in pink color, these are termed as chiral carbons. Chiral carbons are those carbons apart from the functional group, that is aldehyde in case of glucose, ketose in case of fructose. First carbon Now first carbon, which is this one, this is an aldehyde group. This is a first carbon. Right from the carbons which are given in red color, these are number 2, 3, 4, 5. These are chiral carbons. Total glucose contains 6 carbons. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right from carbon 2 to carbon 5. These are chiral carbons. Chiral carbons means they have orientation of H and OH in different configuration. Glucose has 4 chiral carbons. In a very same fashion, mannose have 4 chiral carbons. Galactose has 4 chiral carbons. Chiral carbon is a carbon along with H and OH group are attached with different orientation. Clear? Now, it's an open chain formula of the glucose which follows Haworth projection. It's open chain formula. Okay, now glucose contains 6 carbons. It has 4 chiral carbons. Now D and L glucose, how they differ from each other? These are actually, I am going to explain you the N-enantiomers. Our first term is N-enantiomer. N-enantiomers means how a glucose differs from its mirror image. Means two glucose molecules will be mirror images of each other. Mirror images means D-glucose in front of you is totally presented in opposite form, that will be its L form. Now fifth carbon will decide, this is a fifth carbon. Fifth carbon will decide the presentation of OH and AH group. Here OH is on the right side. This is right side. OH group is on the right side. So this is D glucose. Whereas H is on the left side. When similar glucose mirror image is found, means all this configuration will be opposite as we are seen in a mirror. That's why it is termed as mirror images of each other. Enantiomers means two molecules of the glucose D and L will be mirror images, exactly mirror images of each other. Means H and OH orientation will be totally opposite in both of them. They are termed as D and L forms. These are enantiomers. Enantiomers can be described as the mirror images of each other. All configurations are opposite. For any monosaccharide, its D and L forms are enantiomers. Isomers means the compounds having same chemical formula but different physical and chemical properties. They are further divided into stereoisomers and constitutional isomers. Stereoisomers are further divided into enantiomers and diastereomers. Enantiomers means those compounds which will be totally mirror images of each other, like L-glucose, D-glucose. Totally opposite orientation of H and OH groups around their chiral carbons. Clear? Whereas diastereomers, these are not mirror images of each other, but they differ around one particular carbon. Their H and OH orientation differ from each other around one carbon. As They are termed as epimers and non-epimers, as is seen in D-mannose and D-galactose. Glucose has 4 chiral groups. Okay, the orientation of H and OH is given. Compare D-glucose and D-galactose. They differ in orientation around the 4 carbon. Look at the H and OH orientation around carbon number 4. Right from carbonyl carbon, carbon 2, 3, 4, 4. D-glucose, D-galactose differ from each other at carbon number 4. They are epimers of each other. Whereas they are not mirror images of each other. Epimer is the form of diastereoisomers. They are not mirror images of each other. They don't differ in complete configuration. They differ in configuration around a single carbon. So D-glucose, D-galactose, they are mirror images at about C4. In a very similar way, D-glucose, D-mannose, they differ from each other at C2 carbon. So they are epimers of each other as at carbon number 2. In a very similar way, also occurs in this epimerization, epimers also occurs in ketose, monosaccharides as well, as they are diastereoisomers. They are not enantiomers. They are not mirror images of each other. They differ around their configuration around one single carbon. All aldohexoses are epimers of each other. All aldohexoses, monosaccharides, ketohexoses, ketoses, all are epimers of each other. Clear up to this level? What are isomers? The compounds having same chemical formula but different in their physical and chemical properties. Okay. So different in their physical and chemical properties, they are isomerism. Are isomers further divided into stereoisomers and constitutional isomers. Stereoisomers are further differentiated, are divided into enantiomers and diastereomers. These slides will be provided you on your groups. Beside enantiomers, you have to write that they are mirror images of each other, like L isomers and D isomers. L glucose, D glucose, they are mirror images of each other. Carbon, glucose is a reference sugar, most commonly used sugar. Carbon number 5 will decide the orientation of OH. So OH if is on the right side, it's a D form. OH is on the left side, it's an L form. Similar for fructose, similar for mannose. Diastereoisomers, they doesn't differentiate. Diastereoisomers, they doesn't differentiate in whole configuration, but they differ from each other around a single carbon. Diastereoisomers, they doesn't differentiate in around whole configuration, but they differ from each other around a single carbon, like D-glucose, D-galactose, they are epimer. Epimer is type of diastereoisomers. Epimers are non-epimers. Glucose, galactose, mannose, these are epimers of each other. Similar for aldose, similar for ketose. Now I have told you 3 terms up to this level. Isomers, stereoisomers, enantiomers, diastereomers, L and D isomers, epimers and non-epimers. 4 terminologies I have told you yet. Try to extract the concept as much as you can. Isomers are molecules that have the same chemical formula but different structures. Stereoisomers differs in the 3D orientation of atoms. Means these are monosaccharides. They contain H and OH groups around their chiral carbons. Chiral carbon is a carbon after aldehyde anomeric carbon after aldehyde or ketone group attach. Glucose contains 4 chiral groups, chiral carbons, chiral centers. Diastereomers are isomers with more than one chiral center. Stereoisomers are total mirror images, as D and L forms. Diastereomers are epimers which differ from each other around one single chiral center. Pairs are like D-glucose, D-mannose, D-galactose. Pairs of isomers that have opposite configuration at one or more of the chiral centers. These are not mirror images of each other's. Epimers are a special type of diastereomer, stereoisomers with more than one chiral center which differ in chirality at one chiral center. Isomers further divided into constitutional, it's a simplified one. Isomers are either constitutional, means structural differences, or they are stereoisomer. Spatial isomers means they are either the mirror images of each other, like enantiomers, or diastereomers. They are differ from each other at a single chiral center. Isomers, simply they are divided. Constitutional structural differences are there, or they are stereoisomers. Spatial isomers means arrangement differences. They are further divided into enantiomers, complete mirror images of each other, like D and L forms, are diastereomers, which differentiate from each other on a single chiral carbon. They include epimers and anomers. Stereoisomers, they include enantiomers, means mirror images. Two such isomers are D-glyceraldehyde, is a reference sugar, very simplate, trioaldosis. Now they are mirror images of each other. It's a D form because OH group is on the right side. This is right side, this is the left side. This is the carbonyl carbon. It contains total 3 carbons. This is a reference sugar, very simplest sugar. Orientation of OH. This one. It's on right side, that's why it is D-glyceraldehyde. Where this OH is on left side, that's why it is L-glyceraldehyde. These are mirror images of each other. Simply, number of possible isomers of any compound depends upon the number of asymmetric carbon atoms of the molecule possess. It's the simplest. It has one asymmetric carbon. Up to this level, you should know the definitions only. Enantiomers means mirror images. They are D or either L forms. A special type of isomerism is found in the pairs of structures or mirror images of each other. The mirror images are called enantiomers, and the two members of the pair are designated as D and L sugars. I think you have questions. First of all, try to understand the concept. Then I'm going to answer you. Clear? Enantiomer, these are mirror images of each other, and the two members of the pair are designated as D and L sugars. The orientation of H and OH groups around the carbon atom adjacent to the terminal primary alcohol carbon, that is C5, that will decide the orientation of H and OH. If a OH group is on C5 is on the right, it means D sugars. If they are on OH group is on C5 is on the left, L sugar. The majority of sugars in mammals are D sugars because they can easily be metabolized by our enzymes. Our body has machinery for metabolization of D form more. Now enantiomers, which are mirror images of each other, diastereomers, which are not mirror images of each other, they differentiate from each other at the orientation of a single carbon. And apimers are the type of diastereoisomers. Apimers, they differ around their configuration around a single chiral center, like glucose, mannose at carbon number 2, glucose, D-glucose and D-galactose are apimer at carbon number 4. They differ in their configuration around carbon number 4. Look at, whereas D-glucose, it's a reference sugar, simple sugar. Glucose knows by its structure is known by everyone. So another sugars are compared to this. Mannose differs from glucose in its structure at carbon number 2 due to orientation of H and OH. If two monosaccharides differ from each other in their configuration around a single specific carbon atom, they are referred as apimers to each other. Glucose and galactose are apimers at carbon number 4. Glucose and mannose are apimers at C2 apimers. Interconvergence of apimers is known as epimerization. Epimerases catalyze this reaction. Epimerases is an enzyme which catalyzes the process of epimerization. They can be interconvertible with each other. Now, another terminology is anomers. First of all, anomers, they don't occur or exist in open form. Anomers always occurs when glucose is in cyclic form. It has a resemblance with the pyrrone, a 5-carbon containing ring pyrrone. So it is also termed as pyranose. Anomers occurs or exist when glucose don't have open chain, it have a cyclic form. Cyclized form of glucose undergoes mutation, also give the anomers. During mutation, the two cyclic forms convert into each other through the open chain form. The resulting equilibrium solution contains about 36% alpha and 64 beta. Leave mutation, you just know the concept of anomer now. Anomer exists when glucose has Enomer exists when glucose has cyclic structure. Okay. In a cyclized form, the glucose is termed as hemiacetal. Enomer can be described as enomer is a cyclic saccharide, and on epimer they differ in configuration around hemiacetal or anomeric carbon. Now, different cyclic forms of glucose. It is termed as glucopyranose because it resembles pyron, 5 carbon chain, pyron 6 carbon chain. Now here orientation differs at anomeric carbon. When glucose is in cyclic form, it differs in its configuration around HOH configuration around anomeric carbon, that is carbon number 1. That's why it is termed as HOH orientation. It will decide alpha or beta. If H is above and OH is below, it's alpha D glucopyranose. If OH is above and H is below, it is beta D glucopyranose. You should have to memorize only this. Mutarotation and other reactions of monosaccharides will be dealt in next lecture. Up to this level, you should only know what is anomeric carbon, which occurs in a cyclic form. It doesn't occur in open chain form. In a cyclic form, cyclized, when glucose is cyclized, it is termed as hemiacetal. Okay, an enomer is a cyclic saccharide, and on epimer they differ in configuration around hemiacetal or anomeric carbon, like alpha D glucopyranose, beta D glucopyranose. Its existence is only in cyclic monosaccharides, so does not exist in open chain forms. Exists in cyclic pentoses and hexoses. The cyclic alpha and beta anomers of a sugar in a solution are in equilibrium with each other and can be crystalline. Glucose is in alpha D glucopyranose. Glucose in solution keeps its cyclic structure, but isomerism occurs at the anomeric carbon, that is carbon number 1. Now I am going to summarize my whole lecture and giving you the key points. Isomerism or nomenclature of carbohydrates is bit complex, but you have to extract the concept. Once your concept is clear, you can easily solve its MCQs, ECQs and BCQs. Now overview of today's lecture. We have studied isomerism in monosaccharides. Okay, how you will isomerize the monosaccharides? Means what we are dealing in isomers means these sugars, they have the same, all these monosaccharides, simple sugars, aldohexoses, they have the same chemical formulae, but they differ in their structural, either on the basis of a structural basis or they differ from each other on their functions, chemical and physical properties. Okay, we have isomers means the compounds having same chemical formula but different, they differ from each other in their physical and chemical properties. Isomers further divided into stereoisomers and constitutional isomers. Stereoisomers further divided into enantiomers and diastereoisomers. Enantiomers means total mirror images of each other, as D-glucose and L-glucose. Write down this classification. Along this classification, you have to write with pen that enantiomers are mirror images of each other and write down D and L forms. Enantiomers are further divided into L isomers or D isomers. Clear? Now further stereomers, these are not mirror images of each other. They are not completely differ from each other along orientation of all the carbons or chiral atoms. They differ from each other around for their configuration around a single carbon. A is glucose and galactose, and glucose and mannose, they are epimers of each other. Enantiomers, diastereomers, epimers, at the end anomers. Anomers are those compounds who differ from each other around the first carbon. That is their carbonyl group. Two sugars that differ in configuration only at the anomeric carbon, the carbon bearing a hemiacetal glucose when occurs in the cyclic form, it is a hemiacetal form. In glucose, anomers differs only in configuration at carbon number 1. This is alpha D-glucopyranose. This is a carbon number 1. If OH is down, if OH is above, and beta D-glucopyranose. Pyranose is 6 in its ring cyclic structure. It resembles a ring structure of 6 carbon that is termed as pyranose. In fructose, a ketose, the sugar differ in configuration at C2 because it has an anomeric carbon attached at carbon number 2. So alpha D fructose, carbon number 2, beta D fructose. Now anomers occurs only around functional group or carbonyl group, that is number 1 at the aldose form and number 2 at keto sugars. 4 terms: stereoisomers, enantiomers, DNL isomers, aldose ketose isomers, anomers, epimers. Isomers, compounds that have the same chemical formula like fructose, glucose, mannose, galactose, isomers of each other, having the formula C6H12O6. Epimers are those sugars whose configuration differ around one specific, like glucose, galactose differ from each other at carbon number 4, whereas glucose and mannose differ from each other as carbon number 2. Enantiomer, a special type of isomerism found in pairs of structure that are mirror images, means totally opposite of each other. L and D sugars. The vast majority of sugars in humans are D sugars. Cyclization of sugars means if they are in cyclic form, pyranose form, hemiacetal form, then they will be anomers. Okay, pyranose ring if the ring is 5 carbons and 1 oxygen. Furanose form if the ring is 5 membered, 4 carbon and 1 oxygen. Pyranose means 5 carbons and 1 oxygen. Now questions please. Now the questions. The general formula of monosaccharide is, I am giving you the questions today. You have to give its answer and a detailed discussion will be on them on next class. The general formula followed by monosaccharides is, question number 2 is, the aldose sugar is glycerose, ribulose, erythrulose or dihydroxyacetone. The number of isomers of glucose is 2, 4, 8 or 16. Write down the question. There will be a detailed discussion on this question in next lecture. But after your answers, the number of isomers of glucose is 2, 4, 8, 16. 2 sugar, question number next. 2 sugars which differed from one another only in configuration around a single carbon atom are termed as optical isomers, stereoisomers, apimers or anomers. Next, isomers differing is a result of variation in configuration of OH and H on carbon atom 2, 3 and 4 of glucose are known as isomers. Isomers differing is a result of variation in configuration of OH and H on carbon atom 2, 3 and 4 of glucose are known as apimers, anomers, optical isomers or stereoisomers. Next, the most important apimer of glucose is galactose, fructose, xylose. Next, alpha D glucose and beta D glucose are stereoisomers, apimers, anomers. Alpha D glucose and beta D glucose are stereoisomers, apimers, or anomers. Next, compounds having the same structural formula but differing in spatial configuration are known as stereoisomers, anomers, optical isomers. Compounds having the same structural formula but differing in spatial configuration are known as stereoisomers, anomers, optical isomers, apimers. Now questions. I know you have so many questions. These questions in a detail will be dealt when you will have a clear concept of all these terminologies and try to solve these questions as well. I think your mic is off. First of all, revise all this lecture, then memorize them, solve these questions. In next class, detailed discussion will be on these questions along with ACQs.